Hey Wolverines, how we doing? How we doing? Let's just wait for the audience to get in here. We're filtering in. We're filtering in. Hello, hello, Wolverines. Yes, very exciting day. Very exciting day. I'm gonna introduce myself in a moment. I'm just waiting for the audience to filter in. We got a great crowd tonight. It's gonna be a fun day, fun evening. Hello, Justin. Hello, Alyssa. Kelly. Oh, it's a great day. It's a great day. We'll get into that in a little bit. Um, oh yeah, I'm very excited for today. I'll formally introduce myself. My name is Roman Bruno. I am one of two orientation program assistants this summer. I'm very excited to be doing this live with you all. And not only am I excited because this is the first Instagram live that we're doing as the OLs, but today was actually the first orientation for the freshmen of the season. It was a great day. It was very exciting. Yes, there's a learning curve for most of our team, but it was a lot of fun. Good vibes all around. I'm sure many of the OLs that will be on tonight will agree with me. Um, a little bit more about myself. I'm going to be a junior this fall. I'm majoring in communications with a PR certificate, also a minor in psychology. I'm also a sports writer for the Michigan Journal, and I was also in the Cruise to Success program as a freshman. So I like to stay involved on campus. I encourage you to get involved, and that will also kind of be a similar theme with many of the other OLs that we bring on today. Um, as I mentioned, this will be one of many Instagram lives that we'll be doing this summer. It kind of goes hand in hand with our Mastering Maize and Blue podcast series. That's sort of gauged towards freshmen and other incoming students to get acclimated to the campus. Each episode will revolve on a certain topic. We'll bring in a certain guest that's an expert in that topic, and we're going to provide students with the necessary resources that they need to be successful this fall, as they are not able to experience the campus and the resources just yet. But enough about myself. We're going to bring in our first couple of guests here. First one being my other OPA, my wonderful partner, Kelly Quinlan, and one of our orientation leads this summer, John Burklow. So if both of you can request to go on this live, and I'll let you guys in just a moment. If you're here and excited, drop some emojis, maize and blue emojis only. That's what we're doing today. Let's see what you got. All right, here we go. You hear the dogs in the background. Those are my neighbors. I think they're just as excited as me for this. But they'll be on in just a moment. Give them 1 second. Hey, John, Kelly. Hi.
How's
How
everyone
you guys doing?
doing?
Amazing. How are you doing?
So good.
So good. So good. Great vibes all around, John. Great vibes.
Yep.
That was the mantra that we got through today. Just good vibes all around. Even in the low points, we just said good vibes, and that was it.
No such thing
So
as
how about
one
you
point
guys?
for orientation.
Exactly.
So how about you guys introduce yourselves to the audience? Kelly, you can go first.
Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Kelly Quinlan. I'm the other orientation programs assistant this summer, as Roman mentioned. I am a political science and environmental studies double major. I am entering my third year of college now, which is kind of insane to think about. I am president of the Political Science Association, and I am the social chairwoman of my sorority, Phi Mu fraternity. And yeah, that's really all there is to me, John.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. My name is John Burklow. I'm an admissions counselor here at the University of Michigan-Dearborn. I'm also one of our orientation leads this season, so I've been leading our wonderful OLs through the orientation process, and I've been at the University of Michigan-Dearborn for almost 2 full years now.
And it's great because it's just been us three pretty much holding down the fort this past couple months. Obviously, our other two orientation leads, Amal and Robin, have been on maternity leave. So as much as we are excited for them, it's just been us three for the past couple months. But I think we've prepared our team very well for today. How did you guys feel about the first orientation, and what did you think about it?
I think it went great. I was so excited. Everything, I think, ran so smoothly. There'll always be some growing pains for the first session, just getting the hang of everything. But I think all of our orientation leaders did a great job. I'm very, very excited and proud and ready for the rest of the season to get underway.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I think it was a great kickoff to the summer. I know we can only go up from here, and we had a pretty good start. So I think it'll be great to watch everyone grow this summer. Super excited to see how things go in the next couple orientations as we kind of learn what we want to change and kind of get settled into new changes that we see coming. But I'm very proud of all of our new orientation leaders and their first day on the job for real. So I think it was a great day.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I remember being on this Instagram live a year ago from today almost, and saying kind of the exact same thing, how as a first year OL, it was very tiring on the first day for sure. A little bit of Zoom fatigue, as we like to call it, but over the past couple months after that, it was smooth sailing. As a team, we grew with the advisors, we grew together, and we can only expect the same for this year as well. So I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, our next orientation is Friday, the 18th. And then we have obviously the whole season left to go, with some lives and some Mastering Maze and Blue recordings in between. A couple icebreakers really quickly, and you can feel free to answer in the chat. I like to do this or that with every orientation that I do, and you both can answer them as well. Cake or pie?
Pie, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say pie.
Well, you're wrong, but okay.
I don't know about that, but I mean, it's
so
okay.
much more variety with pie.
I feel like we're going to do only food questions because that's the ones that get most debate with us three and even with the rest of the team.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard not to debate food questions. I mean, there are obvious right and wrong answers.
Yeah. And yeah, we have some cakes in the chat. Both is the correct answer. Ava says that's true. That's true. You can't go wrong with any dessert, really. Pancakes or waffles? What are you saying? What are you saying?
Waffles. We all know I'm team waffles.
I'm also team waffles.
I am team waffles.
For sure.
Because then you get like the butter and the syrup just like in the little grooves, you know? You don't get that joy with pancakes. It's not something you get to experience. Yep. See? John knows what's up. John has all the right food opinions.
Crispy waffles or soggy pancakes? I mean, come on.
It seems like every orientation there's a food question and then it drags on, but it's fun. I enjoy our debates, whether it's food related or not. I guess that's enough of that. John, how about we kind of hop into what the fall will look like? This is kind of a question that we expect to get a lot, but it's also an answer that will change throughout the summer. But as of right now, what can the students expect for this fall?
Definitely. So obviously, you know, things are constantly evolving and changing as COVID evolves and changes in the U.S. But right now, our initial plan, which has been announced to students, is to start to transition back to campus. So that means a lot of hybrid courses and in-person courses as well. So you will see a lot more of those options as you start to register for courses, or if you've already registered. So it's really exciting to be able to be back on campus, even in some form. Also, you know, with that comes policy and safety guidelines. So the university did announce that they are requiring students to be vaccinated or provide weekly COVID tests as well, just to make sure that everybody on campus is being as safe and can be as healthy as possible. So I'm very excited for this fall and to be back on campus in some form. And I really encourage everybody to make sure you're checking the university website. They're always sending out emails as well. If you're a student, check your UMich email for sure for any updates, because this is an evolving situation. So more changes might come, but for now, I believe this is the plan that we will be going with this fall, which is very, very exciting.
And if you're a freshman in the audience and you haven't signed up for orientation yet, first of all, do so. And second of all, we'll also be presenting this information at every orientation, with every update that we get as well. So definitely will be incorporated into the slideshow, into the presentation for you guys. We're excited to get back on campus in the fall, whether it's hybrid, whether it's full-time. Any opportunity to be on campus is better than nothing. I think we can all agree about that. I guess we can hop into some more questions. What are you both excited about as we move forward for the rest of the summer in terms of orientations?
There's a lot. I personally, like I said before, I'm really excited to see how our team grows this summer. I really think that, you know, for our first day, we have a really, really strong team going here. A smaller team, but very, very strong team of leaders this year. And I just can't wait to see how everyone grows more and more into their leadership positions this summer. I think it's going to be really great to see everyone grow. And I'm already seeing a lot of relationships being built between our orientation leaders and our advising teams this summer. So I think that's great for day one too. I'm really excited for our orientation leaders to build some relationships with the advisors this summer because those relationships are pretty great.
Yeah, not to copy Kelly, but I am also super excited, just to progress with the team, see everybody grow more as orientation leaders and be able to connect with students and welcome them to the university. I used to be an orientation leader also when I was an undergrad, and I know that was my favorite part, was meeting with new students and connecting with them. So being able to train new OLs and help them through that same process is super exciting, and I'm ready to just continue with it and see everybody grow even more than they already have.
Yeah, I completely agree with you both. And I guess just for me to add on, our Mastering Maize and Blue podcast series, very new to us last year, but we were fortunate enough to bring it back. We're really excited about it. Tomorrow actually is our first recording. It'll be Sarah and Lydia meeting with Drew Dykowski, a former OL actually, a friend of mine at the Michigan Journal, and he is currently working in the Office of Student Life. So a great guest, kind of giving you tips and tricks for being a student, I guess you could say, and pretty much in the general sense of the word. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Any parting words before we leave? Before you leave, at least.
Go Blue.
Go Blue.
That's all I got.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Kelly.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for joining, and I look forward to the future orientations with you both.
Same here.
Yeah, for sure.
Now what's going to happen is that we're actually going to jump into meeting a couple of our OLs. Alyssa, you're first, so if you can request to join the live, and I will let you in. Our first year OL, a very new OL. She was part of CECS today, and she was a trooper, let me tell you. It was a great day for that college as well. I was feeling it a little bit as well, and it was great. I enjoyed it, and she's a great leader as well. Hey, Alyssa.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. It seems like you're enjoying nature today.
I am. I was matching John's energy and I went outside.
I agree. How about you introduce yourself a little more for the audience?
Okay. My name's Alyssa Decato. I'm a junior. I'm a political science and criminal justice major, and I'm getting a teaching certificate in social science. My involvement on campus is I'm in the sorority Delta Phi Epsilon, which honestly is great, and I suggest you join. I'm going to plug that one really fast. And then I'm also a student org consultant, so I'm in charge of all the orgs and getting ready for back to normal in the fall.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get into the hard-hitting questions now. What's your favorite snack or candy?
Why did I know this was going to be a question? It depends. I did just come back from the movies, so I do have to say, like, movie theater popcorn, because you just can't beat that.
What did you see?
I saw Cruella.
Yeah, John and Kelly were hyping that up earlier today. I'm sure they'd both be proud.
Yeah, I went with Kelly, so I would hope she had
there you go.
Same experience.
How would you rate it out of 10?
Dude, it was so good. I would say like an 8. It had so many like plot twists that you didn't expect.
Yeah, good movies are good movies. And obviously I mentioned that you are a first-year OL. How was your first day of orientation?
It was fun. A little bit hectic. I'm in the College of Engineering, and I've never taken an engineering class in my life, so I feel like a freshman all over again going, what class is best? Like, how's the professor for this one? And it's fun. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, every year it seems there's a learning curve. Even for Kelly and I, it was still a change taking on a new role. But as we kind of kept mentioning, after the first couple orientations, you kind of get settled in. Even the CECS room kind of got settled in from the morning to the afternoon, changed some things up, and I think it turned out a lot better than you guys originally thought it would be.
yeah, there was a great change, and definitely I think throughout the season it'll get so much better.
And shout out to Jenna too. She was the host of CECS today, and she was a trooper. I applaud
Oh,
her leadership for sure.
totally. She was so good. She had it under control. Even like everything that happened, she got it.
And if you've never been a Zoom host before, you can definitely see what I'm talking about. How it's so much going on at one time, and if you haven't done it before, it could stress you out a little bit.
It definitely was stressful to say the least. And also, I did not enjoy waking up so early in the morning. That was not my favorite part.
Yeah, our morning meeting was at 8:15 in the morning. That will unfortunately stay the same throughout the whole season, but hey,
Don't
you'll
tell
get
them
used to it.
that. Don't tell them the exact time. They're gonna be like 8 o'clock. That's nothing. We gotta let them suspect it's at like 6 a.m. So
Oh,
that way I
geez.
don't sound lazy.
I still had to set my alarm for this morning, to be honest, but I have a cat, so she also just wakes me up by herself. So yeah, either
I
or, either
have
or.
Kelly, who I'm surprised didn't bang on my door this morning to wake me up. I was expecting it, but
Yeah, she'll get to it eventually. And one more thing, how are you excited about for the rest of the summer, or what are you excited about for the rest of the summer?
I'm just excited to meet everyone. Like, I remember being a freshman coming in, not knowing anybody or understanding anything. So I'm hoping to make some friends and hopefully be a mentor of some sort and have people reach out to me if they need something.
Absolutely. Even between the freshmen and our own team, it seems like we're all mentors, we're all friends to each other. And then obviously bringing that energy to all the orientations. I completely agree with you there. And one final thing before we let you go, what is one piece of Wolverine wisdom you have for the incoming class?
I would say, and this is going to sound really cheesy, but just be yourself. I feel like sometimes people feel like they have to put on a front because they want to change themselves for college. But really, like, the friends that you are going to make are going to be basically exact copies of yourself. And I think those are the kind of people that you want around.
Yeah, I completely agree. Just surrounding yourself, productive space, like-minded individuals who are hardworking and passionate about the university as about their academics as well. So thank you for that words of wisdom, Melissa. I look forward to the rest of the season with you, and thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. I hope to obviously see more of this and do more of this.
Absolutely.
Okay. Bye.
See ya. And our last OL that we're going to bring on today is Ava. She'll be a sophomore in the fall. I applaud her as much as other freshmen on our team who had their whole freshman year online, but still decided to be an OL and presenting our campus to the incoming class of students. So Ava, if you're here, can you please join? Really excited to talk to you. So whenever you're ready, please. Another icebreaker you can drop in the chat is, I don't know, dog or cat. Dog or cat. I mentioned I'm a cat person. My cat surprisingly has not meowed in my face today or interrupted this live, but oh, here she is. Hey Ava,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. But before we get to the questions, it's actually kind of funny how we kind of got introduced to each other. I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
Last year I was a first year OL, and you were actually running an Instagram page for the incoming class of 2024. I liked it a lot, so I reached out. I didn't know who you were at the time, but you responded from that account. You were very nice to me, and we kind of collaborated a little bit. I was feeding you the information of our Instagram lives, our podcast dates, and then you actually showed up to an orientation and formally introduced yourself to me. And the fact that you're now an OL is actually very fun to see. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, this is the reason I took the job because I remember last year you told me like, "Hey, I think you'd be a good OL." And when applications opened up, I'm like, I gotta be an OL.
Yeah, I felt like your social networking, your marketing, I guess you could say, on your Instagram stories for the freshmen, creating group chats with each other. I thought that was very commendable, and I'm sure that was something that was much needed among the class of 2024, and even in 2025, which we'll probably get to a little later in this episode. or in this live, I guess. But for now, how would you introduce yourself a little more and talk about yourself and your major?
So I'm Ava Bramowitz, and I am an incoming sophomore this year. And technically right now I'm undecided, but officially I think I'm going to double major and do professional writing and rhetoric and journalism and screen studies. So very excited for that. Definitely a job of passion over making money, but like I love to write and I love to learn, so I feel like it's the right job for me. For involvement on campus, I am in Lyceum, which is our photography and writing, poetry book. So I'm an editor for that, and I'm also part of Phi Sigma Sigma, and I love my sorority so much. And I'm also looking to get more involved this year when I find out what more clubs there are when we go back in person.
Yeah, for sure. And that might have actually been the first time you announced your major to everyone, to me especially. That's the
Yeah.
first time I'm hearing of it.
Yeah, I just decided a couple days ago.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Both obviously, I think, very suit you well, and that you're in Lyceum. Kind of goes a little hand in hand with the Michigan Journal a little bit. We're also under the Wolverine Media Network together. So that's pretty cool. Similar to what I asked Alyssa, what is your favorite snack or candy?
Definitely Reese's, but like not just any Reese's. Have you ever had white chocolate Reese's?
I'm sure I've had, but yeah, I think either or. You can't go wrong with
So
either one.
good.
White
Nope,
chocolate, I think
so
anything
good.
is good. White chocolate, Hershey's or Kit Kats, cookies and cream
Facts.
Hershey. That's where it's at.
That one's really good. That one is so good.
That's my go-to. Um, Also, you're a new OL, as you kind of mentioned. How is your first day in the castle or in the College of Business, rather?
So my first day was actually really good. I was kind of nervous and overwhelmed at first because I'm like, wow, like I have so much information. I've never been on campus. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But then like I got into the room and it all kind of worked. Like I wasn't as nervous and I just knew what to say and where to find the information and some tough situations came up, but like I had like the advisors and like Joseph in the room to help me. So that was awesome. So really good first day.
Yeah, similar to what you said, there will be some moments that you don't expect, some things that you have to work on the fly, but you will have your OLs, you will have advisors, you have Kelly and I and John as well. So we're always there for each other, and I'm glad that we were able to kind of work on that on the fly with any of those situations. And I think you did very well for your first day, at least. Um,
Thank you.
what are you excited about for the rest of the summer in terms of orientations?
To get better. Just like learn how to like make everything like flow better, where to find information. And honestly, for myself, obviously being online, like I'm learning so much about campus. So just learning more about campus and meeting the freshmen, it's super cool.
Yeah, considering that we're all online, even myself, even Kelly, there are some things that we don't know yet that we're constantly learning. So we're kind of all on the same page in that sense. But I think by the end of the year, we'll all be Zoom masters. We
Yep.
will hold all the information that we need in terms of Zoom, campus, student life, and we'll be like sponges, ready to soak up any of the other information that we have. Um,
Yep.
what is your Wolverine wisdom for any of the incoming students out there?
Get out of your comfort zone. So that's just personally something I live by to like just go for it. But especially in college, like join clubs, get involved. If you want to study abroad, study abroad. Like just take every opportunity that you can and like just go for it because you never know where it's gonna lead.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of what I followed my first year. Even though it's not provided this summer, I went on the WOW trip. I had a little convincing to go there. But once I went, I was absolutely, I had a lot of fun. I wouldn't regret it ever. Becoming an OL was something I had to kind of get convinced to do. But once I got the job, once I kind of got comfortable, I was happy in that position. That's kind of why I wanted to be OPA this year. And luckily I could have Kelly by my side too. So that's pretty fun. And even being a sports writer for the Michigan Journal, it was something I had to take some time to think about. But I do think I like writing, and being a good writer is something that I'm that's a tool in my toolbox. So I was happy to do it. And I think everything you have to do is for a purpose, obviously. But if you're getting out of your comfort zone and experiencing everything that campus has to offer. I think you're using your time wisely and making the most of your college experience, which it seems like you have done so far.
Yeah, yeah. I try to get involved.
We had a comment asking, what is the WOW trip? Unfortunately, as I mentioned, it's not offered this year. It wasn't offered last year as well. It's called Wolverine Orientation Welcome. My freshman year, they had a couple of trips. One was a metro trip, and then the other was an outdoor overnight trip for a few days. I went on the outdoor one. A few of my former OLs from last year were on it with me. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a great bonding experience. That kind of got me a head start going into my freshman year. And since obviously we can't provide that to the freshmen of this class and of last year, that's kind of also why we wanted to implement the Master Maize and Blue podcast series, to give students, an opportunity to get kind of a head start going into the summer or going into the fall. And I think, it did a lot of help for those students who weren't able to experience much. And Ava, you were actually present at a couple of those podcast sessions as a live audience member, or even just watching them after the fact. So congrats for that.
Thank you.
Is there any parting words that you have for the audience before we wrap up?
If you haven't tried a white chocolate Reese's, please go do that.
Oh, and you also kind of mentioned at the top before when I brought you on, that you ran a social media account last year for the class of 2024, but you wanted to plug something for 2025 freshmen.
Yeah, so I'm not running this. I don't know who is. But if you're a freshman watching this right now, there is a 2025 account where you can post pictures of yourselves and a bio. And it is UM-Dearborn.2025. Go follow it, post, be engaged, meet people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's taken off a little bit so far, but I think now that we're mentioning it, we'll kind of plug it maybe in some orientations. Hopefully it takes off a little more, and then the class of 2025 will be able to come together like you guys did last year. So thank you for plugging that, and thank you for being here. I'm excited to be with you for the rest of the summer, and I think we'll have a lot of success.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
And that'll wrap it up for today's Instagram Live. Thank you all for coming. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. My email is rwbrun@umich.edu. If you're a freshman that hasn't signed up for orientation yet, please do so. We're excited to have you, and we're excited for the freshmen that have had their orientation today on the very first day. So thank you all for coming, and make sure to stay tuned for this Instagram Live on the come up, and as well as other announcements that we have as well. So thank you all for coming, and we'll see you next time.